So we're out today asking people the question, what does abuse in relationships mean to you?
To me, it looks like a restriction of any kind of freedom.
It can be isolation, it can be no contact with our... Yeah, it takes a lot of different faces.
A big one for me is like disrespectful language, like to go along with the degrading behavior. It really undermines your worth as a person, and I think that sometimes that kind of slides as, oh, they were just angry, or like it was something said in the moment.
When I hear, that somebody's in an abusive relationship, obviously my heart goes out to them. I think that term can be thrown about, and unless it's really, pinpointed as something very specific. When I hear that, it's a sad thing. It's something that should be addressed.
Abusive behavior in relationship would be like, people that never cared about what other people think. They only care about what they think, and they're being very selfish.
Yeah, well, obviously physical abuse. That's kind of the big one, and that's one that is one in which I think some type of separation needs to happen, or some type of intervention obviously needs to happen if it comes to light. So that would be kind of physical abuse. But obviously there's other kinds of abuse that can be just as traumatic and cause a lot of hurt and a lot of necessity for intervention as well.
Like when you put such a high demand on someone that they are not able to do it, and then get upset at them. Well, and then that can also turn into physical abuse because the high expectations did not get met, and so for some reason the abuser would think that that's an excuse.
What does abuse in relationships mean to you?
I think, to me, looking at the broad area of abuse, abuse is anything that doesn't really build someone else up. So I know it's kind of general, but if you're not building someone up, then you're tearing them down. And so to me, that's what abuse is.
It can mean a whole lot of different things. To be honest, I think it's taking advantage of someone's trust. In a relationship, it's supposed to be completely intimate, completely trusting in every regard, and then to take advantage of someone's trust in a way that could manifest in 100 different ways.
Because, I don't know, I think men are built stronger than women naturally. A lot of men have bigger muscle structure than women, but then I also think a lot of women are a bit smarter than guys. And I think that's actually might be what frequently leads to abuse, but definitely think it's wrong.
I personally experienced a lot of psychological abuse, and so it was undercutting my self-confidence, making me feel like I couldn't make correct decisions, that I didn't understand situations, that I basically was incapable of a whole lot of different things.
Okay, so what specific behaviors do you identify with abuse?
Oh gosh, I think frustration and pride more than anything else. Like for a guy to get to that point, I think he's just got to be told he's wrong 1,000 times and then be told one more time. And it's just a point of no return sort of deal.
I think that's part of the reasons that it can be difficult to leave an abuser is because they have your self-confidence so completely worn down. Other forms of abuse would be rather than hurting the person that they're angry at, they hurt someone else that person loves, or a pet, or a child, or something like that. So I think it's often hard to define and say exactly what it should look like, because it's going to be different from relationship to relationship.
Abusive relationships means not respecting somebody for who they are, not realizing that, and this is coming from my own faith perspective, we're all children of God, that you're not able to tolerate their perspectives on things and that you're forcing them to be who you are, either through physical means, emotional means, verbal means, things like that. I've had experience myself in my department at work. We actually have a restraining order against one of my staff members' spouses. It's a scary thing, especially if it's a physical, kind of abuse kind of thing. And my entire staff is very aware. Our security people are very aware of what she's going through and how it affects us as well at work if this person ever shows up at our door.
Some behaviors that we most commonly associate with it are physically hitting, but things like neglect can also be abuse. Issues such as emotional abuse can also be very present, I believe is it called gaslighting? There's all different ways that abuse can present itself.
I think that it's one of the really sort of unfortunate things is that all the cliches are true. Time, it takes a whole lot of time and a whole lot of work to really rebuild yourself after that kind of a thing. It takes a lot of introspection and understanding that it wasn't your fault. I think that's hard.